Life can get really busy and we are all waiting for a break, isn't it? So here's your sign to visit Thailand for some amazing relaxation this holiday season. Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. This video is about our trip to Thailand from Dubai. We went to Krabi and Phuket in June last year. We booked our travel through Musafir Holidays and they had a nice deal during Eid. In this video, I want to share about our entire experience of Krabi and Phuket. So let's get right into the video. Our first stop was Krabi, so we had to travel from Dubai to Krabi through Fly Dubai. The flight was for 7 hours and it was at night, so it was a little better with our toddler. Once you are out of the airport, the travel agents take care of everything, so you don't have to worry about anything. The travel guide is ready at the airport to pick you up. So there is a very comfortable bus that picks us up and our entire journey happens on that bus.
Have you been Thailand before? No? Oh, this is your first time. You have to be here? How many times? Oh, so many times here.
So we travel from the airport to our Krabi hotel, which is the Avani Avanang. So this was a very nice hotel and we got very nice rooms as well. You have to pay a deposit of 2000 baht in this hotel. I'm not sure about what other hotels charge, but this was the cost that was charged to us and this is refundable when we check out. The breakfast here was amazing too and they had a variety of items every day. They also have a beautiful infinity pool which we came to know about on the last day and clicked some pictures. So on day 1 we explored Aonang. We went down the beach road and ate some fruits. We also had some ice cream that didn't taste so good. We had dinner in an Indian restaurant and then went to bed after a long tiring day. On day 2 we had the Krabi 4 Island tour. We had to take a speedboat from the Aonang beach, which was just 5 minutes from our hotel, so we went walking there. So we had to visit 4 islands in this tour and the first one was the Pranang Cave Beach. This is how it looked. We had to walk through some caves to get to the other side of the island, which was the Railay Beach. This was the most beautiful view from our tour and we spent around half an hour over here. Our next stop was the Chicken Island, which has a unique rock shape that looks like a chicken's head. So we were allowed to snorkel at this place and click pictures. Next we visited the Koh Toop Island, which had really clear water and soft sand, and we spent about 20 minutes over here. And the fourth island was the Koh Poda Island, where we were served lunch. We relaxed here for about 1 hour and then we made our way back home. I have uploaded a very detailed video on our 4 island tour, which I'll be linking here. Do check it out. After reaching our hotel, we rested for a while and then we got on a tuk-tuk and visited the Krabi night market on the Aonang beach. This was a lively night market where you could shop for souvenirs, for clothing, footwear, and also there were a lot of food stalls. We spent a good time here. There was live music as well. There were some regional performances going on and also there was a fire show. A detailed video on the Krabi night market will be uploaded on my channel. Do check out the link here. On day 3 we had to transfer to Phuket and we had a half-day Phuket city tour.
On the way, around 1.5 or 2 hours, we will stop at the gasoline station. There's have convenience shop, small coffee shop, restaurant, toilet. Okay, about 2 hours after this, and in Phuket, our hotel is in Patong. Patong is the most famous place for tourists for nightlife. So, is it different way with the place where we go for city tour? It means we will during the city tour en route, or the way we do the city tour before we go to hotel. So we will go to Phuket town.
So we stopped for lunch at the petrol station. So at this shop we were offered various kinds of tea. And then we went to the most Instagrammable place. We clicked some cute pictures on this street here and explored a few more places and then walked towards our bus. Our next stop was the cashew factory. There were varieties of cashews here and we could purchase them from here. Actually, a lot of us wanted to go to the hotel directly and spend our evening in Phuket, but we were brought over here as part of the itinerary. Next, we visited the Karan viewpoint, where we had a view of 3 beautiful beaches and the lush greenery. This view was extremely beautiful, but our cameras didn't do any justice. It also started raining when we reached here. Next, we visited the Chalong temple. This temple was built in 1837 and it had some very good architecture. We were then transferred to our hotel, which was the Nap Patong Hotel. We reached late in the evening that day and that's how our day 3 ended. Day 4 was supposed to be the full day Phi Phi Island tour, but on day 1 on the 4 island tour I had terrible motion sickness, so we decided to stay back with our toddler and spend some time at the pool. Also, the weather was not that great, so we were a little worried about how to take our toddler on the bumpy ride in the speedboat. In the evening, we took a motorcycle on rent and visited the Jung Silon Mall. This was a huge mall in Patong and they had a lot of stores over there. We especially loved the Big C supermarket over there and we did some shopping over here. After this, we visited the Patong street. This was a lively street and we had to walk very carefully here. We had some street food that day and that's how our day 4 ended. On day 5, we were free to visit places that we wanted to. So we spoke to our tour guide and we decided to go to the Rock Beach Swing. The entrance fee here was 600 baht, which we had to pay separately. And this was a beautiful place. If you go to Phuket, you have to visit this place. There are many locations here where you can click beautiful pictures. The highlight being 2 swings here. So we spent a good 1 or 2 hours over here clicking pictures. There were around 10 of us that visited this place. It started raining very heavily when we were here and we took shelter at the entrance. I have uploaded a very detailed video of the Rock Beach Swing visit, so please do check it out. I'll be linking it here. This is how the entire place looks like. And the best part of this, the swing. The pictures here came so beautiful and I really enjoyed this experience. So do not miss this place if you are going to Phuket. So after our visit to Rock Beach Swing, it was almost noon and we visited this restaurant which was just 5 minutes away. The food here was really good and we clicked some pictures too. So after this, we decided to go to the Elephant Jungle Sanctuary for feeding the elephants, and the entrance fee here was 900 baht. And I have to say that this was the best part of our entire experience. The moment we entered here, it was just beautiful.
Or it can be a single banana, alright? When you hold from one side. Don't hold it like this. Why? Because they can grab your hand. Like this, you feet under the trunk. Yeah?
There was this elephant that was continuously nodding its head, and we were told that it was rescued from a circus where it was being abused. So we were extremely happy for this experience. A video of our entire experience at Elephant Jungle Sanctuary will be uploaded separately. Do check it out here. We spent about 1 hour over here. And then we said bye to the elephants and moved to the Chilwa market. So this is a very lively market in Phuket. It has lot of street food and shopping centers, shopping for souvenirs, clothing, footwear and everything. I had this snack which I believe is called the dragon's breath. Honestly, I feel this place can be skipped. And that's how day 5 ended, and day 6 was our transfer from Phuket to Krabi airport. We checked out in the morning, got on the bus. Some of the group members went to the Tiger Kingdom and the rest of us were dropped at the Central Phuket Mall. So we went to the food court here and had some food. So right next to Central Phuket there was a Big C supermarket which we should have visited, but we didn't know about it. So after our long journey from Phuket to Krabi, we finally reached the Krabi airport and we did some souvenir shopping from the Krabi airport itself. And that's how our wonderful journey to Thailand came to an end. Now let me share with you some of the things and experiences that really helped us on our Thailand trip. So once we confirmed that we would be traveling to Phuket and Krabi, I contacted Musafir.com on their website, and one of their representatives contacted me through WhatsApp and shared with me the entire travel plan, the cost, which was already there on the website, and more about the travel. So this was the cost of the trip through Musafir. I had to pay 4,400 per person and 800 for my 1-year-old. So in total, I paid around 9,600 for the 3 of us. And I got to know that Emirates NBD has a flexi plan where we could convert this 9,600 into 12 months installment. So Emirates NBD or any other credit card offers keep having these installment plans, so you can have a look at them. I also did some research on the flights and hotels if we were to go by ourselves. But then I saw that the round trip to Thailand itself was around 4,000 per person, so I felt that this was a good deal. The only thing was that we were not assigned seats with our partners or with our companions. So this created complete chaos in the flight and everyone was panicking, especially me. I was really worried that I would not be able to take care of my toddler on the flight. And then luckily, since we were around 20 to 25 people from Musafir, we agreed to exchange seats among ourselves and then we sat with our companions on the flight. So if you are planning to go through Musafir, please make sure that you get a seat with your companion, or else this might really create a big panic situation in the flight. So once we reached Krabi, we had to stand in queue for the visa on arrival. So they give you a form to fill up. You need to fill up this form along with your passport size photographs, and even you have to pay 2,000 baht for the visa. So remember to carry your passport size photographs, a glue stick as well, and even a pen so that it becomes easier for you to fill the form. Now how much money you need to carry with you? We carried around 30,000 baht. So the exchange rate that time was around 9.3 and we had to exchange around 3,300 dirhams to get the 30,000 baht. We exchanged this in Lulu Exchange in Dubai and carried this money with us. So if you need to exchange money, there are many exchange centers in Thailand and you can easily exchange money over there. So in this trip, everything is covered except for the food and for shopping. And if you want to visit some other places that are not mentioned in the travel plan, then you will have to pay extra for those as well. One more thing is that you have to wake up on time and get ready for the bus for you to pick up. On day 1, one of the families completely forgot the timing and they missed their tour to the 4-island tour. So you have to be there on time. The bus will be waiting for you. Talking about the food. So we were very excited to have the street food in Thailand, but sadly we did not find, the street food that we see on YouTube, and we were just waiting to see such places. The only places where we found some street food was on the Patong street and in the Krabi night market, but it was not that great as we see on YouTube videos. So we just had a few of the items over there. The fruits in Thailand are too good, so don't miss out on this. So whenever you get a chance, please try out the tropical fruits of Thailand. They are so good, they're so tasty. You will not find them in Dubai. So let's talk about the shopping part. If you're going to Krabi first, make sure that you're doing your shopping from Krabi, at least 90% of it, because the prices are cheaper, the collection is good, and there are so many shopping places in Krabi. When you walk down Ao Nang, you can see a lot of shops in Krabi. So these shops are very good to shop for, especially if you want clothing, footwear. Then there is a Krabi night market where you get a lot of souvenirs or shoes, clothes, and the food there is amazing. So you should definitely not miss that. Also, there are a lot of salons over there. If you want to braid your hair or if you want to color your hair and do all these funky things, it's really nice in Krabi. This was the best part about Krabi and Phuket. There are 7-Elevens almost everywhere, and we were visiting these shops at least 2 or 3 times a day to get, the daily snacks or those sandwich breads. They have these amazing sandwiches, the sweet sandwiches, and also if you want to have some alcohol, it's all very good over there. So 7-Elevens are a must visit, and I'm sure that you will visit these shops. Also 7-Elevens have these mini makeup sets or nice makeup stuff. So don't miss out on buying those. Another super place to shop at is Watsons. So if you are a makeup lover, if you love skincare and cosmetics, you must visit Watsons because they have so many offers. What you can do is before you visit Thailand, you can log into Watsons Thailand app and you can see the list of all the items that are on offer. So they keep having offers almost every day and you can just add these items to your cart on the app itself. So once you reach there, you know exactly what you're looking for. So apart from that, there are a lot of other stuff as well. I bought a lot of things from Watsons and that was the only place that we shopped very comfortably and nicely. So the next place to shop at is the Jungsilon. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. The Jungsilon shopping mall in Phuket. So this was close to our hotel and we went there through a rented motorcycle. So the Jungsilon shopping mall has a lot of shops and the best part about this mall is that they have a supermarket, a big supermarket called the Big C. So you go to this supermarket, it's just like Lulu or Carrefour over here and you can buy all stuff, what you need to carry back to Dubai. So do visit this shop. So if you're looking for some good souvenirs or for some good takeaway gifts back to Dubai, like passport covers and these things, it's better that you buy these from Krabi. So on day 1 and day 2, you get a lot of time to go around Krabi. So any shopping, please do it in Krabi. It's cheaper as well. Now let's talk about the massage centers. In Krabi, we got 2 days where we could spend some time doing a massage. So we went to one of the massage centers in Krabi. It was all good. Luckily, my toddler was sleeping. I really like the foot massage, the full body massage, not so much. It was really hurting my body and I didn't enjoy it. But yeah, it's completely up to you. A lot of people love these massages in Thailand, but make sure that you go to a good place. One more very good thing that we did in Thailand, in Phuket, was the laundry. We came back home with completely washed, clean clothes. So after we traveled from Krabi to Phuket, we got to know that there are so many laundromats in Phuket and we used to visit them every day and we gave all our clothes there and it was washed, dried and given back to us. The price also was very reasonable. I believe it was 100 baht per cycle. So get your laundry done in Phuket so that you don't have to get this big pile of clothes washed in Dubai. So now let's talk about renting motorcycles. So when we were in Phuket, we found around 2 to 3 shops that were renting motorcycles. But you need to be very careful when you pay them. So if you want the motorcycle for 1 day, just pay for 1 day. Do not pay advance. So we clearly discussed with the person over there that we would either want the motorcycle for 1 day or 2 days. And if we had to take it only for 1 day, he would refund us the money that we gave as an advance. At the end of the first day, we decided that our plans would be something different on the second day. We went to give back the motorcycle and the person over there, he just turned his back and he didn't even refund us our money. The only thing is that we didn't lose a lot of money. It was just 400 baht for 2 days. But still, I suggest that you don't pay an advance for your motorcycle. Just decide that you want for 1 or 2 days and then pay the balance when you're giving your motorcycle back. Talking about the weather in Thailand is really unpredictable. So it used to rain heavily one day and then it used to be extremely sunny the other day. And also on the same day, different hours of the day also the weather used to change. So we used to carry an umbrella everywhere, a hat, sunscreen was a must along with your sunglasses as well. For same making calls and internet, our very good friend suggested the AirLO app. Once you download this app, you get an eSIM which can be used for making calls and for internet. This app can be used in various countries as you can see here. And these are the packs that are available in Thailand. So there were 2 packages, one was for 10 days and one was for 15 days. In the 15-day pack, you get unlimited internet. And for the 10-day pack, you get 50 GB of data. Since my phone was not compatible with an eSIM, my husband downloaded the app on his phone and he was sharing the hotspot. And 50 GB of data was more than enough for us for 5 to 6 days. If you want unlimited data, you can also go for the 15 days pack. The prices are quite reasonable too. We did not face a single issue in the connectivity and it was very fast and very good. Make sure you activate the SIM only once you reach Thailand so that you don't lose out on the validity. I have a referral code which will be in the description if you want to activate your SIM through this app. Both of us will get $3 if you use my code. So yes friends, that's all about our trip to Thailand. If you found this video helpful, please do subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. I'll be sharing my experiences of visiting some of the places in Thailand in separate videos so that this video does not become lengthy. Do watch them. Take care and see you in my next video.